Hello, my dear friend. My name is Katrina. I'm a life coach and I welcome you once more to one of our episodes here to our channel of Evolve Epic. Let me ask you this. How often do you tell the truth? Today we're going to talk a little bit about the truth. Don't be scared, please. Stick around because this topic is really interesting. And when I say how often do you speak your truth? When was the last time you spoke the truth? I want to be very bold here and say, when was the last time that you actually communicate your own truth to your own self first? That's right, you heard it very well. We tend to lie a lot to ourselves, don't we? We tend to just turn a blind eye to some situations that we don't want to confront at that point, and we say, okay, I'll deal with it a little bit later. And we tend to customize it, filter it, or put something, maybe powder of makeup on it, in order not to deal with it at that particular moment. But is this something that we really want to take that road down? Is this something that we want to continue doing on the long term? In the long term? Excuse me, I'm very spontaneous here. I'm speaking from my heart, so even if I do mistakes, I'm a human being as well as yourself. Think of this. You don't want to continue doing that for a long time. Because in my experience, even in life so far, 39 years old, and I'm proud of it. I'm an 83-year-old girl, born in April. Yes, indeed. And I'm not afraid or ashamed to say that. I love making some jokes as well, okay? That's who we are. My life experience so far and talking to so many people, connecting with people all over the world from all walks of life has taught me this. The more you continue dishonoring the truth to your own self, especially regarding personal relationships, the more miserable and sad you're gonna be in your heart. And I say that because I have very good examples, even to my close family relationships as well. Very close. I cannot say more than that. That I know these people, they have been very sad and unsuccessfully happily together just because they didn't manage to communicate their own truth to their own selves first. And it's easy because you get carried away, you feel very comfort in a situation, despite feeling very sad or very negative, and you just give up. You say, okay, but I can stay like this. Yeah, okay. I get compromised. Yeah, so what? Maybe later, maybe next month, maybe next year I will say something. Okay, maybe next week, maybe. And all these maybes, they end up adding up to this big pile of, yeah, I don't want to say that out loud because YouTube probably is gonna silence me. And this cannot go away easily afterwards, especially if it has been building for very long time. I had a very big aha moment to my very recent days. I was able to communicate my truth in two different occasions. I'm just going to pick up the one today. Whereas I was able to communicate to this couple, which I knew that they have been very unhappy together for all their life. And I don't know how really it happened. I managed to communicate and tell them that their failure, let's say, of telling the truth first to their own selves, it has managed to let them be in a relationship with them that really hasn't progressed, it hasn't grown. It hasn't moved forward to a much better place that they probably wish to be. And for the first time, literally, in the history of mankind, I would say, dare to say so boldly, I got these two people admitting, even between them and all of us as we're having this discussion. By the way, disclaimer, I'm not a therapist, at least not yet. But I'm very interested as a coach and life coach in communication between couples. I'm very intrigued because my personal experience has been growing up in an environment that there was, let's say, not a very good communication vibe. So it has led me to to be so curious and so intrigued about human behavior and how we can communicate to each other and what can we achieve through communication, because I'm a fan, I'm an ambassador, and I'm gonna say that till the dead depart from this world, that I strongly believe that communication is the key to everything. If something causes us issue to our daily lives, to our relationships especially, is the lack of communication. Speak your truth. What's going to happen? Is this going to happen the end of the world? No, I don't think so. What's going to happen? Like a tornado might arrive. Well, I shouldn't say that because some countries they do turn to have tornadoes, but you know what I mean at the end of the day. And I cannot stress enough how really healing that conversation I had with these two people, that particular couple, was really healing for me as well, because I was able to see two people after 40 years or something being able to talk to each other, admit things, let's say, to each other, and all of us, because it was a circle of safety, let's say, a trust. So we could speak our truth between us without issues. And communication is the most beautiful thing and the most beautiful gift that you can give somebody. Because we shouldn't try to be in a position to guess what the others want from us or what the others expect, let's say, from us. Nobody's a magician. Nobody can go into your mind and just guess, okay, this is what they expect from me. My partner expects this from me. Because many of the relationships and couples that I've been involved around and I've talked to, because I'm very curious, as I said, about communication and how relationships have been evolving over the years of many couples, particular couples that they have been together even 30, 40 years, even 50 years. So what's the pearls of wisdom right over there that you can get, right? If two people have managed to be together for such a long time. But it doesn't mean necessarily that it was a successful relationship. It requires sacrifice. It requires a tremendous amount of growth, pushing each other to their limits, but for the better, in order to become really a much better version for themselves and being in a happier, let's say, bubble than they were, if I'm allowed to say bubble. But I've noticed also, like, what lack of communication can bring to the relationships. I know I spoke again to another episode, and I said that would be part 1, and this is, let's call it part 2. But this is a topic that I'm really interested to, and we're going to analyze a little bit even more later in other episodes. So stick around, there's a lot of juice coming. So communication. Even yesterday I attended a live webinar for one very well Greek author. He's doing this on Instagram, and they were talking as well regarding communication and between their parents, a relationship with the kids and everything. This is the dynamic of the family, that when the communication is not there or it's lacking in the most fundamental way, the result is that trauma can occur. In the most modern, let's say now dating as we live in 2022, soon 2023, what can happen to the lack of, what can bring, let's say, the lack of communication to the digital also dating that we're going through era right now? You start falling out. You say, it's okay, I'm gonna swipe right or left and I'm gonna find somebody else. But is this something that we really want to continue? Because through communication, intimacy is building. And nobody is so busy, let's say, that they don't have 2 minutes of their daily life in order to not communicate with you. Because for me, life has taught me, and experience and so many dialogues I have with so many other people, everybody says the same, including one of my favorite ever authors and inspirational speakers, Mel Robbins. The non-response is also a response. Period. This cannot change. But it will be so much more honorable, even for your own self, to communicate your own truth. Because there is a lot of healing that can help each other and move forward, rather than trying to avoid something that's gonna become this terrible, let's say, darkness within. And it's just not good enough. It's not good. It's not good, not for you, not for your partner, not for anybody. So the key takeaway from today's episode would be communication. How we can get better in communication. Speak your own truth first to yourself. You have to find out what is your own truth inside of you. Do you want to be with that person? Do you want to continue down that path and create a family together? Can you be together? Maybe not, but that's okay too. You don't have to be with somebody if you don't have if you're not the same page, if you don't have the same chemistry. At least say it. Not from fear, I don't want to stay alone, okay, so I can turn a blind eye to a couple of things, red flags that I saw. So no, don't do that. Don't compromise yourself, because if you're gonna spend, let's say, even a few years with somebody, and you see from the beginning the red flags already right over there, please think of them twice and communicate them. And be straightforward. There's nothing you can miss from telling the truth. But tell the truth first to your own self, because you deserve also to be happy. You deserve to be in a balanced life, to have a balanced heart within your mind, your soul, and everything, from up to here, my big hair here, up to your toes down here. Speak your truth and speak it to the others. Thank you for being here, my dear friend. Subscribe if you haven't done it already. You can hit that bell. Where does it appear? I can never tell with these videos. I'm sorry. Hit the bell in order to get notifications every time a new video is going out. Leave us a like and a comment below. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you have a different experience. I would like to start a discussion and conversation here going on. Let's take this conversation and keep it going, please. Share it with somebody that you know they're going to find some benefits from it. And I can't wait to see you to the next one. Always evolve, always be happy, keep a straight and big smile to your face for no reason, just enough to tell your brain, yes, I'm okay and I'm moving forward. And I'll see you very soon. Remember what I said last time? I said the button. I'm not gonna cut this. My button is not always working. I'm trying it. Let's see. Bye for now. No, it's not working.